It's time to get into details. Details. We talked about our special membership section of our Southern Front Porch through Patreon. You know, Patreon is a different emphasis for everyone who uses it. It enhances creativity. It gives you an opportunity to dream bigger, perhaps. In our case, we'd like to use Patreon to be more of a force around the world and certainly in your own neighborhood for helping, and encourage you to become a part of this. It's not an experiment at all. It's time proven and it will work. But through Patreon, we would like at our Southern Front Porch to be able to help individuals and groups who are the unsung heroes out there that really do need recognition, whether it be financial means, equipment means, product means, influence means, whether it's advertising or just letting us have the opportunity to focus upon them on one given program and give them what's due to them. And I think it's just burning so brightly in my heart right now. I can't tell you how excited I am about this particular project. So, generally speaking, our Southern Front Porch is a meeting place. You can call it a clubhouse, you can call it a park bench, you could call it a picnic table, you can call it sitting around an old tree, just in a round table talking about things. So, number one, yeah, we're going to be able to talk about things that are a lot more pertinent to you and to your causes and to people you know that have done so much good and they just don't get recognition. And number two, even more so, more personally pertinent for you, is if you've been feeling that you just can't trust meeting the person that you would like to find out there on the media, because yes, it's a busy world. You might only have an hour in the evening to look over the video resumes, if you will, of who's out there on Grindr, on Match.com, on Tinder, you name it. There's so many out there. And yes, we do specialize in the man and the men who are now in celebration of having attained the best half of their life at our Southern Front Porch. That's what we specialize in, because our needs are greater. I think playtime is over at 30. I think you really, unless you're so unusual, you really do want to bond specially with someone who cares, and you grow together and you start to think about becoming a family. And Brad and I met that way 25 years ago almost now, through a person that was that caring. And with ups and downs and whatever, we had the strength, the fiber, the commitment to stay with the program, so to speak. And there was times, Brad can tell you, that I got pretty pissed off with his work situation. I got pretty pissed off at my work situation too, getting fired twice, even though I was the best rep in both of those companies, but they were just extremely homophobic and they had ways to turn numbers against me, and they did. And I didn't crumble. I took stock of what I am as a human being, and I went out there and say, you know what? I'm going to conquer regardless, because these people, I don't need them. If they're that hateful, I don't need them. And through Palm Doctor, I became my own boss. I didn't have to worry about firing myself because I knew I did a good job. But I think through our Southern Front Porch, there'll be an opportunity as a good, healthy group of people with healthy minds and loving hearts to reach out, and you'll become more familiarized with this person in their good days and bad days, because this is not a one-shot deal. You'll know these same group people for a long, long time. And and we'll handle the little details about saying, well, gee, I don't know this about them, or what do you think about that, or does this seem a little weird, or maybe you and I will work on the details of that. But it has to be a membership section of our channel, because it is going to require some intensive work. We're psychologically, there's so much at stake here for you and for the person that you like. They're all going into this with not too much knowledge, and hopefully through the months and maybe even a couple of years beyond, they're starting to say, I'm really starting to feel something with this person, but I just don't know if I can take the plunge. Well, we give that an opportunity. And then the three of us will sit down in the room via Zoom and then just talk about you two, and what you want and what you don't want, and what you're afraid of, and some of the things that made you afraid, and what are you looking for in a person that won't make you afraid of them in the future. So we don't practice miracles. There's no such thing as miracles, but there is such thing as joy, and there is such thing as intuition, and there is such thing as a heart that aches for someone. And that's Patreon role in our Southern Front Porch. So I think it'll be exciting. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I wish you'd come along for the ride. We'll work out the fee structure and all this other practical stuff, but remember, when we charging the membership, it's voluntary for a minimum of what you want. You either want a membership or you don't. But some people might want to do a little more, and if they can, that would be wonderful. This is not a Brad and Paul pocket the change thing. I can't, because I'm on Social Security and I cannot make a lot of money. Otherwise I go to jail. No, really, seriously, it is just for the operation of the company and the bookkeeping, the myriads of paperwork, the equipment, the time, and I'm hoping to turn as much back, 90% of it back, into you. So you're going to get more than you give. And my goodness, if you really do find a person that you really love, I can't imagine that there is a price on that. I certainly long ago forgot about what the psychologist who had this group of singles in South Florida, and I think her initial fee was $300. And I said, that's a hell of a lot of money. I can meet people for nothing by just going to the bars. Yeah, it wasn't such a good idea. After 3 or 4 months, and I'm pretty cheap too, after 3 or 4 months I long forgot about the $300 that I gave to be selected to meet some nice people. And Brad wasn't the only person I did meet, although he has a quality that made it even more beautiful. And I think he's found the same thing to be true with me. We are real. This is not an acting job at all. It's a program about you. It's a program that celebrates our life and shows by example what can be done. And I mean, we're just here a little itty bit of time. If you live to 100 years, it's still a grain of sand on the beach. It really is. We've been around that long, but not as individuals. But we will leave behind good. and we will leave behind something meaningful. So come join us. If you possibly can, come join us. Become a Patreon member and know that your contribution will make changes, and really wonderful changes for people. It's time for me to sign off on this beautiful South Florida day in early January. And I know I'm very lucky being where I am right now. It's probably not 70 degrees in too many places today. This is what brings me alive. This is what I need. This is my joy. And Brad fully is aware of that. So I feel lucky again that I met a person who really knows what's important to me. There's so many people that don't care. Why is that? I don't know, but it is. But boy, when you do have that person in your life who cares, it is great. It's really great. Bye for now, folks. Now you know the story. Think about it. You're going to get more of the sign-up details on Patreon in the upcoming few days. I promise you that. We can't allow that to drag on because we have to seize the opportunity as it's here. And we will. But on behalf of Brad, this is Paul, your co-host of Our Southern Front Porch, and thank you for discovering us. Thank you for subscribing. In the future, thank you for becoming members, because you will be the chairman of the board, or at least on that board. And you will empower yourself to meet someone, or meet several men that could really change your world. And it's a better change. Every day will just seem a little bit more pleasant, more empowering, more satisfying, since you're sharing something special with someone. Love yourself, my friends. You know yourself better than anyone else. You owe yourself that. No one will ever know what you need more than you need yourself. So keep that in mind as you continue to get empowered by watching Our Southern Front Porch. We love you. We need you. And we're proud of you. Take care, my friends. See you next time. Same time? No, different time, same channel. But we're here for you. We love you. Bye-bye. And thanks.